your hands in the air and
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
mixing sodas with the beer and
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
So why don't everybody cheer it?
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
This is the one right here, y'all.
Throw your
What is y'all, your social media platform artist and the host of the great YouTube channel. I'm your host, Dr. Do here, everyone. How are we on this wonderful Sunday afternoon right here, y'all? Today's video, we're gonna talk about this anime. This anime was supposed to be one of the biggest hype isekai anime that ever came out in 2024, or should I say summer of 2024. But it went from being called the most hype anime to the most overhyped anime, and also one of the most with potential waste, and also one of the most disappointing anime that ever came out. We're going to talk about this anime called Failure Frame right here. I don't want to say the whole title name because it's too long right there, alright? What this story was really about is this character who got isekai alongside with his classmate, meaning a goddess, and then she saw his skill at being the lowest and been sent to some dungeon which he came out of that becoming OP. This is a story that people were talking about all over social media. They already talk about the light novel, how good it was and how the story progressed and stuff, but however it looked cool when people say it on paper, but when it comes to being adapted to an anime, it looked like it made by some sort of a very bad animation studio right there. It was made by this studio known as 7 Arc right there, alright y'all? Before we get started on this video, if you guys new to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel, alright y'all? Hit notification down below, comment down below, and see guys what you think of this video. You think I'm correct about this anime? If you guys want Dr. Do merch, go to Cotton Beer, alright y'all? Get yourself some hoodies, shirts, drinkwares, hats, like this one. Look at this shirt right here, Dr. Do right here. Hope y'all will get these for Christmas this year, alright? So let's get the party started. The story about this main character, Memory something, alright? It's hard for me to say his name, it sounds like a girl name. And about his story began because he had a tragic history with a big tragedy, really. His parents were abusive and being neglected by them, and then all his entire life, and then he grew up, and then we see him going on a school trip like other isekai scenario, being on a bus with students and stuff, getting isekai. But the classmates in the bus are all bullies. I mean, every single one of them, well, except for 1 and 2, but all of them are like jerks and stuff. I mean, Jesus, man, why did the author of this story put this one main character with like 10 or 20 bullies? Why did all bullies in there? Really? Is it a class of bullies? Seriously. And then next they got isekai by this goddess named Theseus. Alright? She told them that they were chosen as heroes to fight the army of the demon king, which is the same scenario, same thing. When everyone get isekai, they're tasked to take on the demon king. Alright? That does sound interesting, alright? And tell them to touch you usually have to touch the ball and tell them what their skills are high or low. All those students had high levels, except for him. Of course, he would have the lowest level power right there, poison something. And told her, and then she decided to teleport him to the dungeon where nobody had ever survived. Yeah, that got it in a fidget one, alright? He is the most evil one too, and he wanted revenge on her for everything that he going to be put through, alright? I'm like, gee, you got the most evilest goddess, bullied characters, sad and tragic history, abusive parents. Jeez, this guy had... My God! Why everyone around him are so pain in the butts or jerks or bullies? Seriously. Anyway, once he got teleported to the dungeon. He trapped there. He thought the god thought he's not going to survive this because he had a weak skill right there. But however, when he in the dungeon, he somehow managed to fend off against monsters that were in the dungeon, like poison them or paralyze them. And so, during his time in there, like couple days, he got a big, high-ranking level than the other heroes that were sent out there to go on and go and get the demons. Yeah. And then after getting out of the dungeon, he like got some sort of a little slime familiar with him, and then he took it with him, and then decided to try to plan his revenge on the goddess. During the next episode, we met another character. You will know her name is Sirius, and she is a elf, a waifu elf. How typical, all right? Always had to be an elf girl. Always had to be one. I mean, anime studio really want a waifu elf. We always seen many of those all with isekai animes, okay? Same scenario, okay? She was attacked, being hunted down by bounty hunters, by the king who so obsessed with that elf girl, he decided to destroy her kingdom and try to kill her so that way nobody will ever have her. So he decided to hire the most strongest fighter, the most powerful human person in their world. And you know what gonna happen, alright? The main character paralyzed and poisoned him and killed him in the next episode. This story is so generic, alright? And not just the generic I want to talk about, it's the animation I want to talk about too, you know? Because this anime had god-awful CGI all over the anime. I tried to watch this all the way to episode 12, and it was painful. It was so painful, really, to watch this anime. Really. That studio really did make this anime look so awful. Also then, after that, the main character and the elf girl decided to make a pact to vow revenge on the king and the goddess for the thing they both put the character through. And so they decided to build this group with another dark elf character and then a leopard guy person. They all became a fighting group, taking on monster all over them right there. And then eventually by episode 12 they get to meet this other dark elf witch who want to help them take on the goddess herself. It was, oh my god. And then we were put on a cliffhanger at the end of episode 12. This anime, it's so generic. We always see what's gonna happen, alright? I don't know how people get hype on this thing, really. Do they not know that it's gonna be the same generic and all over isekai stories? Main character, isekai. Either teleport or die or reincarnated. And then met a goddess or a witch or a king, asking them to be the heroes of their homeland, taking on the demon armies and demon king and stuff. Same generic. And then met a female hot waifu character next. Yeah. Same generic, really. The story itself would try to be intrigued with this and stuff, but I cannot ignore the CGI. Why was the studio thinking of this? Why would Crunchyroll, yes that's right, Crunchyroll is the studio, is also the one who were airing this anime. Really. It was so awful. Many people were disappointed with this anime and this animation. Like, who was in charge of this anime? Really? Who was in charge of that anime? He should be fired. He hired. The anime looked so cheap. You see, in every episode, you wanna know how much is per episode in any anime? $200,000 per episode for an anime, alright? But per episode for Failure Frame, it looked like they used like $100,000 or $125,000 on these episodes, alright? It looks so awful to see how this anime turned out. Really, people were mad. When you look on my anime list, yeah, that's right. I've heard anime lists as more accurate than what Crunchyroll had shown us. Crunchyroll had give this one a 4.3 out of 5. I'm like, inaccurate. How could they say this anime good? Really? But when you look at anime lists, they give it a 6.48 out of 10. 6.48 out of 10. That is the more accurate. And when you look at the ones who say about it, they're more negative reviews than positive. Like 43 negatives, 32 mixed review, and 20 positive review. Yeah, there are more negatives than positive reviews on that online right there. And the animation was so awful. I can't even think about watching this. But I want to see how this goes. So far, episode 12. So much CGI for this. The monster battle with this, and then you got the CGI horse and stuff. Every second you see the character become CGI in each scene, each second. It makes you want to clean your eyes out with bleach. I had to combine bleach and Mountain Dew to clean my eyes out, and then I had to use a hose. I had to use a hose to clean it out. Alright? It was so awful. How can this anime studio... I felt like the author was screwed over by the studio. Really, I felt sorry for the author, because I bet right now when he saw that anime, he regret letting the anime studio adapt his story. It's like in making the author look like a fool. Really, I felt sorry for him. And then you have the characters. Okay, let's talk about the character. Those characters, they're not that much character development at all. We only see the character development with the the male and female character. That's a lot of that we see more development of them than the goddess development and the character development. There are less scenes of them. Like they got like 10 or 20 seconds scenes in this anime. The other people talk about this anime could have a 24 episode instead of 12 episode, which I kind of agree on that one right there. It made people disappointed, and also people talk about how it became a wasteful potential right there. It was a waste potential, really. I feel sorry for this story, really. The story itself, I would give that one a 6 out of 10. Not little average, but not close to it. Character development, I give this one a 5.2 out of 10 because we don't see that much development with the other characters at all. CGI, I see 1 out of 10. God awful, ready to make this. The pacing, very slow pacing, man. It was slow. People say that when people watch the pacing of the story, it's so slow that people stop watching it. People dropped this anime between 3 and 7. Seriously, it lost a lot of viewing right there. It was sad, really sad. And so, what I get, and you guys also wanted to ask me, would this anime get a season 2? That, when it comes to sources, it had enough source for a season 2, but it would be a little percent of it getting a season 2. You wanna know why? Because 1, the anime studio, 7 Arc, had not done a season 2 of any other anime since 2015. Yeah, that was like almost 10 years ago. They haven't done a season 2 since then. And they, in their latest anime they did, you know, like the Chain Soldier. You guys saw that anime? It's pretty good, really. It was not bad not bad anime. Really good. It got a better animation CGI than Failure Frame. Again, it would work on not just them, and also High Dives, the ones that have your popular anime, really. But however, it got a week after the Chain Soldier season episode 12 release. A week later, it got a season 2. But however, it was handed over to another studio. Yeah, 7 Arc handed the anime to another studio. Alright? You gotta look at that, alright? If the anime get a season 2, it could either be remain in the studio or hand it over to another studio. We see that with multiple anime, with Goblin Slayer season 2, One Punch Man season 2, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. You get what I mean, right? But however, Failure Frame won't be able to be handed over to another studio. After the negative feedback and all the things that happened to this anime, yeah, I don't think any anime studio or 7 Arc would want to do a season 2 at all. I would say this anime, it basically went down in the ocean forever, stuck there, while anyone going to bring it back up. Yeah. Or it will be in the storage with other anime that have not got a season 2 at all. And when I give this anime, let me give you this one, alright? A 3 out of 10. This is not the one, alright? I recommend you not watch Failure Frame. It was so disappointing. Even everybody would talk about how this anime would go be a comparative anime to the other anime, you know, a Vidya. You know, this male character with the iPad and white hair and white eyes with a gun and his lolly girlfriend. That anime is 10 times better than Failure Frame, and yet it got a season 3. This Failure Frame is not going to be close to being a competitive anime against it. Tragic. Crunchyroll should have been careful with this anime. Even 7 Arc too. And there you have it. This is my opinion about this anime and the video that what went wrong with it. Alright, y'all? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit notification down below. Comment down below what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out.